And it's the NFL. You can't be embarrassed by this.
Does this win validate Steve Ross's decision to fire you?
I'm not going to answer that. It's ridiculous.
All right, to give him the benefit of the doubt, I don't expect him to say, yes, it perfectly justifies the decision to fire me from the previous team. But if he wasn't embarrassed watching that yesterday, he's the only one. He's the only person wearing green, and I wore mine today purposely, who was not embarrassed watching what we saw from the Jets yesterday. And so, look, anyone who knows me or follows me on Twitter, you know what my feelings on this were. The question is, amongst a lot of people who follow this team, should the Jets fire Adam Gase?
That's not the question. The question is not, should they fire him? The question is, why would you keep him? Because for me, it's three things. Right now, is there any fight in this football team?
No.
You just lost to a football team that is trying to lose. And I got to apologize to the Dolphins. Because last week, I thought they were tanking. And they come out and play hard yesterday and go fight for a win. Is your team fighting for you? No. The second thing is there any accountability right now as a leader of this football team? No. You can't stand up there and say, oh, this is the NFL, you can't be embarrassed. You should be. And the third thing, and this is probably the most damning thing, is there is massive quarterback regression from Sam Darnold. And it's not in the last year. It's in the last 3 weeks. He's 3 weeks removed from lighting up the Dallas Cowboys. And all of a sudden, he looks like a shell of himself, like he's clueless. There's no confidence in his game. Those three reasons, it's not a question for me anymore. You've got to prove to me why to keep him.
Well, you shouldn't have hired him in the first place. When I look at it this way, this fan base deserves a hell of a lot better than this. But I will say this. The Johnsons, don't think for a second, Chris Johnson, Woody Johnson, they don't want to win. Because I know for a fact they do. All right? And when you
everybody
look at this,
wants to win.
Yeah, they want to win.
They don't obviously. They have not given any obvious indication they know how.
I'm going to say this right here. What did they do? They went in. They wanted to give this quarterback everything he needed to go like this. Well, guess what? It never worked. You know, this guy isn't the quarterback guru that everybody said he was. All right. Here's the problem I have. A head coach needs the fan base. You need to hire a head coach that relates to that fan base. And this is New York City. This city ain't for everybody. All right, there's very few people that can handle this city. We already know who the hell who should be the guy. They should have called me, but for some reason I never got a call. But at least my team fought. You talked about it. We might have got beat, but at least we fought, and I think the people respected that. Right now, the only person that fights and plays like that is Jamal Adams, and they want to trade him.
Pat McAfee, there's only one word to describe what's going on, and I want to hear you say it.
Well, whenever you look at the way that team plays football and you look at the way that they handle press conferences and you say that you can't be embarrassed by losing to a team that's trying to lose, whenever you look at that franchise as a whole from top to bottom, there's only one word for it, and that's that the Jets stink from top to bottom. It's no other word other than that. You said everybody wants to win. They just don't know how. The Dolphins don't want to win. The Dolphins want to lose. Ryan Fitzpatrick, you can't tell him to lose. He's going to mess around and win some games for them. B-Flow knows that. He gets a Gatorade shower, but at night he's regretting it. You can't outstink the Jets, B-Flow, and that's just the way the Dolphins have to live nowadays.
You know who won?